Hi, pre-K students. Since we are learning about families right now, I wanted to read you one of my favorite stories about two family members who live in different parts of the world. The title of this book is Dear Primo. And a primo is a Spanish word for cousin. So if some of you speak Spanish with your family, you might know some of the words that are in this book. I don't speak Spanish very well. I'm going to do my best to read the Spanish words. If you know how to pronounce them better than I do, you can practice at home and say them the way that you know they sound. But I'm going to do my best because it's always good to try things, even if it's not as easy as we might like, right? So the title of this is Dear Primo, a letter to my cousin. And these two cousins live in different places, but they write letters to each other so that they can learn about each other since they don't live nearby. The author and illustrator of this book is Duncan Tonatiuh, and I'm excited for you to see it. This book is also special because it has labels on the inside. I'm going to show you what it looks like when someone uses labels in their picture, because this would be a good thing for you to try in your writing too. So, Dear Primo, a letter to my cousin. I'll show you the label when we get to it. This says, Score! I just got a letter from my primo, my cousin Carlitos. I live in America, but he lives in Mexico, where my family is from. Maybe someday we'll meet. So they haven't met each other, so they're going to learn about each other by writing letters. Here are the labels I was talking about. So in the pictures, you can label things so that people know exactly what you're drawing. And here it's helpful because if you don't speak Spanish, you can use the pictures to help you understand what the words are. I'll try to point to the part of the illustration when I read the words in case some of you don't speak Spanish. This says, Dear Primo Charlie, how are you? Do you wonder, like me, what life is like far away? I live on a farm surrounded by mountains and trees. My family grows many things, such as maíz. We have a burro, pollos, and a gallo. Every morning the gallo crows and crows. And then he's going to write back. Dear Primo Carlitos, I live in a city. From my window, I can see a bridge and cars zooming by. I can see skyscrapers too. Skyscrapers are buildings so tall they tickle the clouds. At night, all the lights from the city look like the stars from the sky. Every morning, I ride my bicicleta to school. I ride it past the perros and past a nopal. And then the cousin who lives in America says, I ride the subway to school. The subway is like a long metal snake, and it travels through tunnels underground. If you've taken the L train in Chicago, you might have gone underground on that train sometimes too. At recess time, I play football. My friend passes me the ball, I kick it with my foot, and if I score, I yell, goal! I play basketball. My friend dribbles the ball and passes it to me. I jump and shoot. The ball goes swoosh, nothing but net. So look at that. They live in different places and they do different things, but they have some things that are the same. They both need to get to school somehow. They both play games with their friends when they're there, even though they're playing different games. When I come home from school, I help my mom cook. My favorite meal is quesadillas. See that? I make them with cheese and tortillas. In America, we have lots of different foods. My favorite is pizza. I like getting a slice on my way home from school. After I finish my homework, my mom lets me go outside and play. In Mexico, we have many games like trompos and canicas. My favorite game is papalotes. My friends and I run, and with a little wind, we fly the papalote up high. Has anyone ever tried that before? Do you like to fly kites too? I like some of the different games that they're playing. When I finish my homework, I play games with my friends from my building. We play by the stoop. This is kind of the stoop, the front area with the stairs. And we play in each other's apartments too. I like going over to my friend's house to play video games. In the afternoon, it often gets hot. To cool off, I jump in a small rio that is nearby. Can you tell what a rio is? Looks like a river with some cool water to swim in. In the summer, the city gets hot too. I like getting splashed by the fire hydrant when the firefighters open it up and close off the block. On the weekend, I go with my parents to the mercado, an open-air market in the town nearby. We sell maíz and tunas, a prickly fruit that we grow. We also buy the food and other things that we need. So they get a lot of what they need from a market that's outside. And they bring some things there to sell too. On the weekend, I go with my mom to the supermarket. She brings a list: milk, toothpaste, soap, and I check off the items as we put them in our cart. In the town, from time to time, they have fiestas that last 2 or 3 days. At night, there are cohetas. Haven't anyone seen that before? That light up the sky, and mariachis that play and play. See those musicians? In my city, sometimes we have parades. People in costumes and uniforms march down the street, and everyone gathers around to watch. There are charros in Mexico that I wish you could see. They do tricks with their caballos and their yatas. So look at that. They ride horses and they do tricks with ropes. On the streets here, you can see break dancers who do flips and spin on their heads. In Mexico, we have so many traditions, such as the Dia de los Muertos, the Day of the Dead. My favorite tradition is attending the December parties called posadas. At the end of each posada, there is a piñata filled with fruit and sweets. When someone breaks it, we all get to jump in. I wonder if any of you have ever tried using a piñata before, maybe at a birthday party or another celebration. In America, we have traditions too, such as Thanksgiving, when we eat turkey, and Halloween, when we dress up and go trick-or-treating. But I have to stop writing now. My mom just told me I have to brush my teeth and go to bed. And then look at this. They're both in bed thinking, and they both, in their own homes, say, I have an idea. And he says, my primo should come visit me. And he says, my primo should come visit me. They're thinking the same thing. They'd like to see where the other one lives and learn about each other some more. And that's the end. I hope that you enjoyed that. I think it's neat to look at how some family members might live far apart, and there might be some things in their lives that might be a little bit different, but a lot of it is still a lot the same, right? They both do a lot of the same types of things, like play games with their friends and do fun things to cool off when it's hot out, even if they're not doing the same exact things. Maybe it would be fun for you to talk to someone in your family who doesn't live right by you and ask what might be the same and different about what you do. You might learn something new about someone or about a different area. That could be fun. I hope you enjoyed that book and that you learned something new. I would love to see if you could include some labels in your illustrations when you're drawing and writing. That would be a wonderful thing to start working on. And hopefully we will see you all very soon.